what's up? It's Melissa Miller Books here with, again, Michaela from BookMayhem, and we are going to do the book Courtship tag. I was tagged by Sandy Reads a Lot. I will link her video down below, as well as the original. Let's just get into this.
Yes.
We're going to completely wing this. I barely looked at the questions. Let's just see how it goes.
And that's how
Phase 1, Initial Attraction. Book that you bought because of the cover.
I picked The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern.
That does have a pretty cover.
That cover is so freaking gorgeous, and I love circus things, so
True.
with the whole circus on the cover, I was like, yes, it's gonna happen.
I have a good answer, but it's like at the bottom, all the way over there. My initial answer was All the Right Places by Jennifer Niven. The color scheme of that is very beautiful. It reminds me of Easter, but right now, I'm gonna go with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo because I like young adult fantasy quite a bit, and I've heard good things about the series, but just the cover and the typography is so beautiful, and I love this color scheme, and all of the books match so beautifully. First Impressions, a book that you got because of the summary.
Okay, I got The Selection by Kira Cass. I almost forgot the author, but that was also, the cover was really gorgeous, but that was like after the fact. I really liked how they said that it was mostly a blurb, and it said like The Selection in the Hunger Games, or The Bachelor and the Hunger Games, so I was like, I like this.
And I am going to go with The Kits of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I've heard people synopsize this in wrap-ups and hauls, and the second I heard it, I'm like, that sounds exactly up my alley, and I just finished this last night, and it was exactly up my alley. This is a YA fantasy novel about a girl who runs away on her wedding day, and two men follow her. One of them is an assassin, and the other one is a prince, and you don't know which one is which. So I'm just like, yes! Phase 3, Sweet Talk, a book with great writing. I'm going to go with kind of an obvious answer, but I'm going to go with Shadow Me by Tahara Mafi. Her writing is absolutely beautiful, and it's so poetic, and I feel like even though the crossouts kind of start to disappear as the series goes on, I feel like that the way she crafts words and describes things is so beautiful, so I'm going to go with the Shadow Me series by Tahara Mafi.
Good one. I picked Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Basically, the whole series so far is amazing, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Cassandra Clare's because it does multiple points of view. Yes. I really like that. And
Sarah
she just does like
my favorite.
She tears my soul apart, and I love it so much. Yes, like she just does such a good job with description. I love it.
Phase 4, First Date, a first book in a series which made you want to pick up the rest of the series.
I picked Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I read this back in middle school when it was like first coming out and everyone was liking it. And I honestly loved Twilight so much when I first read it, so I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Woo!
That's a good one. I picked up New Moon right away.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go with The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I read this right after Never Fade came out, so I did have the next book accessible in theory.
Thank God.
But I actually finished this the day before Thanksgiving. So the stores were closed. It was going to be Black Friday the next day, so it was going to be absolute craziness. I could have ordered it on Amazon, which I did, and I got there Friday night. But it just, if you've read this, you know what the ending is like. And I was so pissed, and I needed the rest. Like, I was so mad at not even just that what happened, it's just that I didn't have the rest of this story because I love this book so much. I flew through it. This is one of my favorite series. Phase 5, Late Night Phone Calls, a book that kept you up all night. Well, my answer is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. We've already talked about how much of a queen Sarah J. Maas is, but I loved this. I read this in like 2 to 3 days when I hadn't read a book in weeks, and it was so good. I stayed up so late reading this, and I just loved it, and it was a huge page turner, so if you are ready for something to eat your soul and your time, and your feels, I highly recommend picking up A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
I got A City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare again because I completely died. Like, with this whole series, I was just dying the entire time. And when this book came out, I think I got the next day. And I was just like, I stayed up the whole next 2 days trying to finish this book. And I was just like,
I went out to Walmart. That's a really good answer because I went out to Walmart at midnight and bought it. And I read it from midnight. Like, I got home at 1. And then I read it from 1 until like 6, and then I napped a little bit during the day.
Yeah, no sleeping.
Then I read it like for the rest of the day and pretty much stayed up all night reading it again. Yeah. Oh, that book was really good.
There's the feels all over the place.
Phase 6, Always on My Mind, a book you could not stop thinking about.
Yeah, I'm going to say Harry Potter series, just like
That's
the
a
whole
good
series in
one.
general. I think about that all the time. Even if I'm not reading, it's just basically like my life surrounds it. So I'm just gonna have to go with the generic Harry Potter answer.
That's a really good one. I'm gonna go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is another really generic answer, especially with the hype around the movies lately.
Oh,
I love these books. I love these movies. I love the series so much. This is what really, really got me into young adult literature. I read Twilight and liked it a lot at the time. But these, I read these before they were a big thing, and I was like reading them when people thought I was crazy for reading books about dying children. So I'm gonna go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins because there's so much anticipation surrounding the movies and talking about the movies as well. And I just dream about the beautiful epilogue all the time.
Oh my god.
Of Mockingjay.
I just think of the sad parts in my bae.
Oh, stop. Phase 7, Getting Physical, a book which you love the way it feels.
Alright, I'm gonna pick The Stolen Sun book by Elsie DeCarlo. This is kind of like an indie author, but I got this a while back and I first read it. I think it's a new adult or adult vampire novel. It's really good, but they print it on like hard photocopy paper, so I love the feel.
Is it
of
paperback too?
Yeah, it's paperback too. So I love the feel of the book so much.
And I'm gonna go with The Fifth Wave by Ricky Yancey. It's just really soft. It's one of those big, soft hardcovers, and it's just a pretty cover. And the second one feels just as nice. At the Ricky Yancey signing, he also cracked me up because he's like, somebody asked him about like how he got lucky enough to have beautiful covers, and he's like, I don't know, but I honestly don't really care what the covers look like. I just care what they feel like. And he's like, have you ever touched a baby's bottom? Because it feels like this. And it was like, I also have like fond memories of the author talking about how soft this book is. So whenever I see this book, I'm like, it's soft. Phase 8, Meeting the Parents, a book which you would recommend to your family and friends.
Ooh.
Other than Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's...
But if you haven't read Harry Potter, you've been either disowned from my family or not my friend.
Yeah.
I'm
so you
kidding.
need to get on that.
Only kind of. I'm gonna go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I really like this because typical non-readers usually don't like to jump right into fantasy. Sometimes they like dystopian a little bit more. But I really like this book. I feel like it was really strong and it's really relatable. So I feel like this is a good pick. And it's super cute, I keep saying this, but super relatable, and I love the characters, and it just feels so real, and I think that it's funny, and it'll appeal to a wide variety of an audience, so I am going to go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Which you need to read! If you don't read this before you go to school, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
You're like, Emily, please,
everybody comment in the comments and yell at Michaela to go read Fangirl. And
That'll be my motivation.
I'm going to link her channel in the description. Go comment on all her videos to read Fangirl.
Yeah, do it. And I picked City of Bones by Cassandra Clare.
City of Boners.
Yes, honestly, like, can we talk about that? Like,
it's just a good classic YA fantasy-ish to read.
Like, it's a great way to get into fantasy. Like, it just progressively gets better, and this, so good.
Phase 9, Thinking About the Future, a book or series you know you will reread many times in the future.
No, I'm not gonna pick any more Cassandra Clare. Guys, you should just understand that, like, I just love Cassandra Clare.
Clare's implied.
So, I'm gonna say Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I actually want to reread it soon just because I just did finish high school and I read it to the start of high school, so I kind of want to reread it again.
I opened at the close.
Yeah. But no, I really do. I love it, and it's really short, and you can recommend it to people too. Like, that's a really short one to get through. Yeah. So.
And I think John Green I would also recommend.
Oh
that's
yeah.
kind of a backtracking, but I feel like if you want to get in with the in crowd of the kind of readers.
Yeah. John Green.
And I'm going to go with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I know Michaela already answered this, but I'm already making plans to reread this because it's like my favorite series, and I don't know, so many feels, and I definitely want to be really invested in the world by the time Queen of Shadows comes out.
Oh, yeah. I just finished Heir of Fire, guys, so the feels are still raw inside of me right now.
Phase 10, Share the Love. Who do you tag?
Ooh. Whoa, that was a sudden.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to tag Jenna from Jenna Claire K, as well as In Cold Lit. Anybody who wants to do this, I feel like that should be implied in any tag, because like, do whatever you want.
But for the people that we do tag, you have to do it
now.
No choice. There you go.
I probably just accidentally did a gang sign or something.
Yeah.
But, okay. So thank you so much for watching. This is Millie's Millibooks, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!